to What She Said, a podcast about blogging, creativity and life online, hosted by me, Lucy Lucraft, a freelance journalist and blogger based in Brighton. Hello, welcome to Series 3, Episode 4, I want to say, of What She Said. I have to apologise because last week's amazing episode with Style Me Sunday, I skipped this bit that I normally do, and that was just basically because I was knackered. It's been pretty full on and last week was particularly mental, so I decided to skip it, and I hope you don't mind. I did a bit of a poll on Instagram and it seems that you like this bit, so I'm going to carry on recording it for you, and I think it helps to give a little bit of context each week and we can kind of catch up. So this week's episode was with the lovely Milo van Roon. I don't know why I said it like that. She is a wonderful travel blogger and she's a bit of a powerhouse. She has her travel blog Explorista.net, which is in Dutch and also in English, and she's a digital nomad as of last year. We chatted about all things affiliate marketing. This is such a good topic. I feel like affiliate marketing, passive income, monetizing your blog, Google ad sales, this is something that is kind of, it's one of those things that people just don't understand, including me. And also as a blogger, you can, if you don't know some of these tips and tricks, you can spend years signing up to affiliate marketing networks, sticking in affiliate links willy-nilly and seeing zero results, which is basically what both Milo and I did. It's such a good episode. I really, really love it. I mean, I love all of my episodes, but I particularly love it when there's a really good meaty takeaway that you can literally, pause the podcast and write notes, and then go away and do stuff with your blog or business and see the results. It was the same with the SEO episode as well. I mean, I really, really love the episodes where you just feel great afterwards, or you feel inspired or laugh a lot, but it's nice to mix it up and have these super practical episodes too. Anyway, enjoy the episode. Hi, Millie. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. Melting.
Yeah, same here.
Where are you right now, actually?
Home in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Okay.
I was house sitting for my parents while they were on holiday, and they just got back last night.
Nice.
So crowded house.
Yeah. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you do, and a bit about your blogging journey so far?
Yeah. So my name is Milou. I am Dutch, and I am a journalist by trade. Graduated in 2012 as a magazine journalist, and I worked for a lot of women's magazines. I've been blogging forever. But in 2013, I started a travel blog in Dutch, and that actually went very well. I really, really liked doing that, and because of that, I got a lot of content clients as well, copywriting, blog post writing, stuff like that. So that kind of led to the creation of a content agency. And in, I think January 2016, I was like, well, I have all this content in Dutch, and I think it would do very well on the English market as well if I just translate it and apply all the marketing knowledge that I have for the international market that doesn't work in the Dutch market. So I tried that, and that has been going very well now as well. So I had some time left over in a day, and no, that's not true. I had no time left over, and I started another Facebook group on the side of that, which is called Female Digital Nomads, and it has, I think, about 35,000 members now.
That's big.
Yeah, so it's the biggest Facebook group for female identifying digital nomads. Yeah. So those are the main things that I do now.
And I don't know, did you even mention that your blog name and your company name is Explorista?
Oh, well, see, I'm horrible at this.
I was like, what, is she going to mention that?
I should hire you to do my PR.
Well, that's what I'm here for, hey.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, the blogs are both called Explorista. So the Dutch one is explorista.nl, the English one is explorista.net, and then the content on the side of it is called Explorista Media, because I thought that would be nice and cohesive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which it is. It's perfect. So one of the things that I really, really want to talk to you about is something, I think you know what I'm going to talk to you about. Because I'm
so curious. I'm jumping in blind here.
Oh, did I not tell you? Oh, okay. Well, I had it in my head. I know what I want to talk to you about.
I'm not a mind reader.
Is affiliate marketing.
Oh, yes.
Because, so Milu recently did a talk at the same blogging conference that I did a talk at in Rotterdam. And your talk was about affiliate. Yeah, sorry, I should say Traverse. They've been on the show. I'm not trying to burn them and not promote their stuff.
Yeah. They've had their slot.
They've had enough promotion in series 2. Yes. So yeah, your talk was about affiliate marketing, and I found it fascinating, particularly because I've known you for a little bit, and I've known you before you jumped into this whole affiliate marketing thing and throughout. And what I found really, really fascinating was that you were the same as me and quite a lot of us, I think, in that you said, I don't want to do this. It won't work for me. It's not going to work. La, 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 la. Yeah. And you were quite grumpy with it, I think, as most of us are, until we dive in head first. And actually you dove in head first because you wanted to prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, I wanted to prove that it wouldn't work for me, yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, so for the longest time, I was that person that was the queen of excuses in terms of my travel blog. I wanted it to be, personal and authentic, and I thought everybody, all kinds of advertising was, Satan, basically.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of people who think that as well, actually. Brenna said the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why, I did my advertorials for the longest time because I figured that there was a way I could do that in a creative way that felt natural to me. I could select the companies that, I would use or am using. And I could make something creative and fun that was fun to read for my readers. But all the other ways of advertising, just, I don't know, they looked so spammy to me, all the display advertising, all the affiliate links. It felt kind of
inauthentic
to me.
Yeah.
Like you would be selling your soul, because obviously the things that you think about when you think about like, passive income are all those obnoxious, bro dudes that, have flashy websites that sell like, I don't know, diet pills or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to be grouped into the same, family with them. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I saw all this information, specifically in like Facebook groups and on websites saying how amazing it was, to be having all this passive income, through, primarily, display advertising and affiliates. And I thought, well, that's all great for you, but you have like an English website, and my main website, especially at that time, they're about similar size now, was my Dutch one. And they're two completely different demographics. I was on my Dutch site, writing in primarily a personal, tone of voice. It's not very salesy at all. So I had all these excuses why it wouldn't work for me and for my market and for my demographic. But at some point I just got kind of so jealous and fed up with like all the money that they were making and I wasn't making, that I decided like, let's give it a try. Let's try all the things that they are sharing and that they're saying that's working for them. Let's try it on my side and prove that it just does not work for Dutch websites. And, I was proven wrong myself, luckily, because it did work. It did actually work. It did obviously require lots of trial and error and, tweaking and a lot of, keeping track of what I was doing as well to see what was working and wasn't working. And yeah, through that now I'm able to live off of my blogs full time. And I wasn't I was making like enough for, groceries maybe every month. Not even that, because I didn't have affiliate posts or like sponsored posts every month. And now I just have consistent income. I don't have to work. Wait, I think that's my email. I'll turn that off. I don't have to work for a month if I don't want to, and I will still be able to, afford rent or traveling or whatever I am. So that's given me such a great sense of freedom, and it's not obtrusive or inauthentic as I feared it would be.
I think that's really interesting because you've touched on a couple of points that it feels as though if you start earning money from your blog in a way that is a way that you're selling, which is typically what people think of when they put display advertising or use affiliate links or sponsor posts or anything, then you lose your authenticity. And actually, all that is our own issues around earning money, doing what we love doing.
Absolutely. We feel like somehow we keep ourselves to these impossible standards of like ethics and authenticity, and that probably your readers aren't even holding you to. Like when they read a blog post, and in my case, I write about travel. So if they read a blog post and you mention a hotel, then, and if you're doing your job well and you like that hotel, then you've managed to write up, a very enticing piece about it. Then what they want is to be able to click there and book it, So why shouldn't you take a cut of that profit that, you're sending to the booking platform?
Yeah.
Plus you're making the lives of your readers easier.
Yeah, exactly. I think when you switch that mindset and say, I'm just sharing something with these people that they wouldn't otherwise know about. So therefore I'm making their lives easier. When somebody said that to me, I was like, oh, game changer. If they don't know about it, their life might be a bit worse off.
Yeah, exactly. It would be probably.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to talk about actually was around shifting that mindset away from kind of link farm tendencies to doing your job well and writing up something good and valuable for your reader, whilst also inserting affiliate links.
Yeah.
What are your top tips around that? And actually, there's one more question that I wanted to ask you, but we'll get on to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you see a lot of misinformation about SEO in general, but I think even before what SEO was, I sort of intuitively did it right accidentally.
Yeah, same.
Because
same. Yeah.
every time I wrote a post, I just kept in mind that, what would I want to know if I was searching on Google, for example. And I just wrote, I tried to write the most helpful and thorough blog post on that topic that I could think of.
Yeah.
And that is coincidentally exactly what Google is looking for. They just want to serve the best content to the searchers.
Yeah. And actually, on this, sorry to interrupt you, but I listened to something yesterday, and I hear this a lot, and I'm sure that you'll relate to this. It is misinformation about SEO, and it's something that I say to people over and over again, but it really makes my blood boil. A listicle is not the only way to have good SEO on your blog.
Absolutely not.
My worst thing is when I hear people saying, I don't care about SEO anymore, I'm just writing good posts. Like that does,
they're not
different.
Yeah. No. I mean, I have a ton of posts that share a lot of information, but that are also quite personal, and that just share my experience and use the things that I've learned on that trip, or, the facts that I think you should know before you visit, all of that,
Yeah.
And those are good posts. They're not listicles like, I don't know, Vapid, 10 things you should see in whatever, New York.
And there's a place for those too, but yeah.
Absolutely, because I write those too. And even if I know a post might not rank, I sometimes will still write it because I know that I have a set of readers that I may help if I write that post.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're Googling. they might just come to my site for advice before a tip, or before a trip. So if I think it would have helped me to know something, then I will just write it, whether it will rank or not. Because if I can help, one person have a better trip, then it's worth my time for sure. That's why I started blogging, to help other people have better trips. Yeah. So.
And that's off-page SEO anyway. But moving on from SEO, although I could talk about it all day, one of the things that I hear a lot when it comes to affiliate kind of making money through, but actually, do you know what? It's making money through passive income or blogging in general. And I was that person saying the same thing not that long ago, but my numbers are really small. And I remember saying the same thing to you not very long ago. And actually you were like, oh, I would have thought you'd do quite well with affiliate. Yeah. Like making money through affiliate links. And then I was like, oh, would I? But my audience is so small. It was actually you that like switched me onto it.
Yeah. Because you have such an engaged audience, and so many smaller influencers have really engaged audiences that they really connect with. And I know that, I followed you for ages on social media, and I know that you get all these questions about like, cute stuff, for babies or, vegan friendly, things. And I know that you get a lot of questions about that you could monetize, and at the same time actually help these people out because they're actively asking you for that information.
If you've ever listened to the podcast before, you'll have heard me mention the blogger course, and for good reason too. Monica Stock created the travel hack back in 2009, and since then she's become one of the most respected travel bloggers in the UK, if not the world. She's worked with a gazillion brands, and she even has her own suitcase, which is amazing, by the way. Over a series of weeks, Monica shares tips on creating video content, branding, writing, and the dreaded niche. In fact, this was such a game changer of a chapter for me that I went from thinking I was just a travel blogger to knowing that I am something completely different and that I have a super tight niche. It really, really changed my blogging life. The course isn't the only thing that you'll get, as all chapters are available for audio download, and when you join, you become a member of the private blogger course Facebook group, where members share tips, tricks, and opportunities too. Monica also gave members of the course the chance to join her on a press trip this year. In fact, I think they've been on 2 blogger course weekenders with Wow Trip, and there's more to come. So that's a pretty cool opportunity, and it's not one that I've seen with any other course. It's a good chance for newer bloggers to work on a press trip. If you want to sign up, head to thebloggercourse.com today and get 20% off with the code WhatSheSaid. That's 20% off with the code WhatSheSaid. Okay, so Emilio and I just got cut off because of me. So I'm just going to repeat the question that I was saying and then clumsily edit the two together.
Sounds fantastic.
So I spoke to you in Rotterdam, and I think this is a question that, it's certainly a question that I get a lot, and I'm sure it's a question you get a lot, about having a smaller audience, and therefore not being able to make money through passive income. And you said to me, literally almost verbatim, oh, I would have thought that you'd do quite well, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I think people with engaged audiences can do really well. I think you need one or two things, or both, to do well on affiliates. And one is either a really good understanding of SEO and being able to rank for, the right kind of posts, or a really engaged audience that is actively asking you for information on stuff. And I know that you have a really engaged audience on your social media that is constantly asking you for recommendations on stuff that you're wearing, or vegan specific things, or your audience is already asking you specifically for that information, so you can help them make their life easier by sharing that information with them. And like I said before, you can easily take a cut of that profit by using an affiliate link for that, or, send them to a blog post about that topic that is full of, helpful references and affiliate links to those products that you're recommending.
So one of the things that I have a problem with, and actually, before I say that I have a problem with it, I want to share some results that happened pretty quickly after I spoke to you and started switching things up. So regular listeners or readers or anybody who knows me will know that when I moved to Squarespace in November, my traffic dropped from about 30,000 users a month, uniques, to like 5,000-6,000.
Yeah.
And then I really struggled to build that back up. But so November last year, when my traffic was at an all-time high, I made about £2 on booking.com and referred about 7,000. There were about 7,000 referrals. Wow. So 7,000 people clicked through from one blog post to booking.com, which is huge.
Absolutely.
Because I've got a few really, really, really good ranking posts.
Yeah.
And so I shoved affiliate links in there just willy-nilly.
Sure. Yeah.
So it was a bit throw shit at the wall, you know?
Yeah, see what sticks, yeah.
Exactly. And I made £2.
Yeah,
like,
so you obviously celebrated that by getting ice cream.
Vegan ice cream, exactly. Yeah. £2 vegan ice cream. I don't even know if I can afford £2 vegan ice cream for £2. But then fast forward to April, when my traffic was probably at the lowest it's ever been, 5,000 or 6,000. I think I referred about 100 people to booking.com, and I made 50 quid.
Yeah.
So that's
very good to hear.
So good. So that isn't necessarily to say that you need less traffic.
Or that you need more traffic.
Exactly. That's what I want to say. You don't need more traffic to make more money. It's not a kind of a causal link. Then after we spoke, I wrote a few different posts that were targeted to the readers. What was it you said? It's about their search intent or their
intent.
Yes, exactly. Their intent.
Yeah,
so that's really important.
There are, I mean, if you are writing, let's go with like a really easy example. If you're just writing a post on like 20 gorgeous photos from Canada or whatever, you've been to Canada and you want to share photos, it's highly unlikely that you're going to sell anything from that blog post because people just want to be inspired. Yeah. But if you write, for example, a review on the gorgeous hotel that you stayed in Canada, and you then put an affiliate link to that, then there's a much, much higher chance that people are going to be actually buying something through that link because they are already interested in that hotel. Yeah. That's the simple explanation of how you should think about this.
But it's such a game changer. I don't know why I never thought about... And I wonder if that just comes back to everything else in blogging, where you get a bit lost. It's the same as I'm not writing listicles anymore because I don't care about SEO. It's the same. Right. It's the same as all of that. You kind of think, well, and probably the same as you felt before you did your experiment.
Yeah, absolutely.
With affiliate links.
And I mean, I had to have these mindset shits.
That's what they'll forever be known
They were mindset shifts. I had the mindset shift at some point as well, of course, because if you remember my talk, I listed maybe 10 myths that I believed about, making passive income. So, I was in the same boat that you're in, and maybe a lot of your readers are as well.
I think for new bloggers as well, the reason that I really, really, really wanted to talk to you about this topic specifically is because I think for newer bloggers, they feel like they have to wait until they get to a certain mythical stage where, I don't know, the blogging gargoyles will say the gate is open, come into this passive income world. But actually now it's never too early to start, really.
Not really, no. I mean, there are some things that you should keep in mind, such as, for example, I think with the Amazon program, if you don't make a sale within the first 90 days, they kick you out again.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but I mean, if you have even a small but an engaged group of followers, and they buy one thing that you recommend, I mean, you're good. So yeah, you can literally start with 10 readers, 50 readers a month. And if you just do it the right way, you can still make money. you'll probably not be able to live off of it with that readers, but you know, I mean, I definitely don't have the biggest sites either, but you know, it is trial and error and just doing a lot of research on it.
Yeah. And let's talk about specifically some of the different tools that you can use, because, so talking about display advertising, obviously the big thing that everybody, the kind of holy grail is Mediavine.
Absolutely.
But that comes with, I almost don't want to go into that because I feel like that's something that people get a bit hung up on and then feel a bit shit that they can't have Mediavine. So what about, and there's Amazon, of course, but you make pennies from Amazon.
Yeah. Unless
literally.
You do. I don't make a lot of money from Amazon or the Dutch equivalent. But you know, it's probably still good to get on it.
Yeah, that's true. And how about some of the other, specifically for affiliate links, I would say, over display advertising? What are some of the best tools that you can use or networks that you can use to get started?
Yeah. So there's a whole debate about whether you should go directly to affiliate parties. So, for example, a company affiliate program, but you can also sign up with them through a bunch of different platforms, which I think is Commission Junction. You have Rakuten or something.
Rakuten,
There's a bunch of them. Yeah. I think I like to work directly because I like to work directly with a company. And if I have an issue, I don't have to go through some sort of middleman. Yeah. I find response time is also quicker. So I would definitely recommend, if you can, to go directly with advertisers.
And what that means is basically if say TripAdvisor, you might make money through TripAdvisor on skim links, but go to TripAdvisor themselves directly.
Yeah.
And sign up to their affiliate program as opposed to a third party. Yeah.
Have you actually ever spoken about skim links on your podcast before or no?
Never.
Because then I can explain what it is.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So skim links. Skim links is actually a great place to start. It is basically a plugin that you install, and it has an online dashboard as well that you sign up to the program. And what that does is it kind of turns every link that you have on your website into an affiliate link, as long as that company is signed up to the Skim Links program. And the Skim Links program has like thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of companies signed up to it. So also Booking.com, loads of like fashion brands, beauty brands, they are all signed up to it. So if you've ever linked, for example, to like a lipstick somewhere in a blog post, to, I don't know, the MAC website or whatever, it will then turn it into an affiliate link if MAC is actually with Skim Links. I'm not sure. They might be. And then you will get a percentage of every sale that comes through that link. Skim Links, of course, has to make money as well. So they take a percentage of that sale as well. But the reason this is still a good program to use is because you can sign up with Skim Links and then see in their dashboard what is actively converting for you, what you are actively selling, which brands and which programs. And then you can see if those brands have a direct affiliate program, such as, you know, Booking.com has. And in that case, you just sign up with them and change out the links for Booking.com links, and you block Booking.com as, you know, in Skim Links, meaning that Skim Links won't actually change their links into their links anymore. And then you can just make more money because you won't have to pay the percentage anymore to Skim Links. So that's a great place to start. And the same is kind of valid for a program called Hotels Combined, which is the same kind of structure. It's kind of a meta search engine in that sense. So what that is, it's a platform that if you have Hotel A and it's on the website, then it will show you the prices for Hotel A with Booking.com, Expedia, Agoda, and whatever. And then the customer will click on one of those links, and if they do, you get paid a small amount. And if they make a sale, you will also get an amount on that. But the amounts are much, much lower than you would get if you were to go directly to, for example, Booking.com or Expedia affiliate programs or Hotels.com.
Yeah.
So what you could do is first use hotel combined links, see what converts, and then change those over into, affiliate links for Expedia or Booking.com or whatever. They're great ways to kind of get a feel for what is working for you and what isn't.
So the reason I use that TripAdvisor example is because Monica Stott was talking about skim links and just saying, guys, remember to use skim links, because I kind of completely forgot that I had it on my site. I'd also forgotten, but she went on and someone had booked a flight. So if someone books a flight, your quid's in. But obviously that's when you can then look on skim links and be like, hey, I could make a lot more money elsewhere. If the airline, do airlines have their own affiliate? They probably don't, do they?
Many of them do, yeah.
Oh, do they?
And I have seen that it is usually pays better than, for example, the Skyscanner program.
Yeah.
Which that pays like nothing. I still use it because I personally use Skyscanner, and I know my readers like to use it. But if there is a direct link to a specific flight that I'm recommending or a specific airline, then I like to use a direct program.
That's a really good bit of juicy technical stuff.
Who would have thought I would have ever become technical on these sorts of things? I remember starting in like an SEO job a few years ago, and I didn't really know what SEO was. So look how far we've come.
I would never have thought that I'd be teaching other people how to use SEO to optimize their blogs. I never would have thought that.
Can you imagine though that like a year and a half ago I was making 15 euros a month on passive income from my website, which was reasonably big, and now, I'm that person helping other people make passive income on their websites.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's
not crazy though, is it? Because what you applied a very logical approach to it, didn't you? You just looked at what was working,
absolutely,
working, and made those little tweaks.
Exactly. No, I've earned my stripes and I know what I'm doing, but I had to learn. I came from scratch, So looking back, it's mind blowing that I got to this stage where now I'm able to live off of my site full time.
That's amazing. That's the dream, isn't it? That's incredible.
Yeah. I love it.
So let's talk nitty gritty though. How much time, especially in the beginning, realistically, did it take you to get to the stage where you've gone from $15 a month to, incrementally a decent amount? Yeah.
I think the bulk of it it probably took about a year to go from that point. Cause every month it just keeps growing and you understand what you're doing better, and you'll see that some months are better for display advertising and other months are better for affiliate sales because of buying cycles that people go throughout the year, especially connected to travel. So it took me probably a little over a year to get to a point where I could, full-time live off the passive income.
Yeah. Okay. And how much time was it taking you each week to experiment and make those tweaks?
Yeah. That's really, really hard to answer because especially since December, January onwards, I've been a full-time blogger. So I kind of work on my blog full-time now.
Yeah.
So I can't really answer that question, but I can give a little bit of advice in that what I always recommend people do is go to their Google Analytics. And you have to have Google Analytics.
Yes.
if you're remotely serious about this, you really want to have Google Analytics. And you want to go into your most popular blog posts, like your 10 most popular blog posts to start with. And then look where you can add more revenue opportunities in the way of, for example, recommending a hotel that you're already mentioning, or maybe you can recommend a few other hotels in the area, or, a backpack that you've been using on Amazon, stuff like that. Go through your most popular posts because they're already bringing in the traffic. And then, make them more reader and affiliate friendly in that sense. it's low hanging fruit. It's the best place to start. It doesn't cost that much time. It's better in that sense than writing completely new blog posts. Like those are great too, but you want to start with what you already have, because that's literally just sort of lying there, losing you money.
Yeah. That's how I think shifting your mindset as well to that your blog posts are losing you money as opposed to they're not making as much money. You're missing sales. You're missing sales all the time. Yeah.
I mean, you're like, I don't know if we have the saying in English, but in Dutch we would say you're like a thief of your own wallet. You're stealing your own money by not doing this. But like also don't like beat yourself up and don't get carried away. Like don't make everything about money and get upset if your new blog posts are not converting. You know, it just, like I said, it takes time and it takes, trial and error, seeing what works. Some things for me still, some book posts work really well, others don't, while I think they will. And there's an element of it that you just can't predict.
Yeah. It's the same with everything, isn't it? You just got to be kind to yourself and not, like you say, not lose your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
So where can everybody find you online and come and stalk you and slide into your DMs?
No, the best place to find me, for obviously English listeners, would be explorista.net. And to give a little plug, I am actually working on a course, about passive income. Yes. So all this knowledge that I have sort of gained in the past year and a half by, trial and error, I want to share it with everyone, because I seen that how much it helped you, and that made me so, and other people on the conference. It made me so excited to kind of share that with other people. So that's what I'm working on, and you can, when it's done, finally, you can find it on explorista.net. And in the meantime, you can probably best follow me on Instagram, and that is just at Explorista.
Perfect. And your group as well. I'll link to all of it in the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely. If if you work online or you want to work online and you love to travel, then that was probably a great place to join.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you. I really enjoyed it.
And you can find me at Lucy Lucraft everywhere. You can find old episodes of What She Said over at lucylucraft.com, where you'll also find me chatting about all things blogging, travel, vegan life, and zero waste living too. Lastly, I know everybody asks this and it's a total pain in the ass, but please think about leaving the show a rating and review. It makes a huge difference to getting the show out to new listeners. And for every review you leave, I'll donate £2 to charity. So that's £1 for you and £1 from me. The chosen charity changes each month, so listen out for it in the intro each week. Thanks for listening.